Well, welcome everybody tuning in at home, Matchroom Boxing, YouTube, Sky Sports as well. Wow, what a start to fight camp last week. To be honest with you, it couldn't have gone any better. We had a great time in the bubble last week. The fighters all excelled. We had drama, we had Fight of the Year contenders, and this week we expect another unbelievable night in week 2 of fight camp this Friday from the Matchroom headquarters, live on Sky Sports in the UK, the Zone across America as well. In this new era that we're in this new world, I like these new press conferences. We get a chance to talk to the individual fights on the card and go through and study. And we have a great fight to kick off the broadcast at 7 p.m. UK time. We have Fiaz, who may be the new emerging star from Manchester, and Kane Baker, who we've seen in so many great fights, so many wars, has always shone and always given 110%, and has even this week turned up with his own branded trainers. So that's absolutely top class, and I want a pair of them. Akib, we start with you, my friend. Welcome to the team. You boxed in Manchester, so you're one of those guys who actually hasn't been overly disrupted this year. You've already boxed this year, but this is it, fight camp, ready to go on Friday night.
Well, yeah, like you said, I boxed in March on the John O'Carroll Scott Quick card. I'm fighting again now in August and hopefully again before the year. So I'm spoilt, to be fair. And, you know, thank you, Matchroom. Thank you, Sky. Thank you, Eddie, for the opportunity.
8 rounds, a big step up for you. You know, you've been through the motions, if you like, that all young prospects go through of taking some easy fights. You've had a couple of rough ones as well on the way through. But against Kane Baker, you expect a guy that's going to come and give everything.
Yeah, you know, I've watched him and I respect him as a fighter. He's a good fighter. You know, so I've prepared really hard, and you know, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this step up. I believe that it was my destiny to be, maybe not in fight camping with the COVID situation and stuff, yeah, but I believe it was my destiny to be here fighting with Sky and Matchroom, and I've always watched these shows and I've always wanted to be here, and no one's taking that away from me.
Kane, welcome. Delighted to give you the opportunity, mate. And I've seen you around the world in some absolute brutal fights. You were thrown in to the Wolves early on in your career against Conor Benn. I even saw you out in Saudi Arabia have an absolute war at the World Boxing Super Series final as well. This is a mad circle your career's been in now, but ahead of a huge stage on Friday night, and a fight that a lot of people believe that you've got a great chance in.
Definitely. Third time of you watching me. Hopefully don't go as bad as it has gone. But I'm just blessed to be here. I'm just a hardcore boxing fan, and to be here in a setup like this is amazing. And last week, absolutely spectacular.
Fiaz, a lot of people are talking about fast hands, explosive. Obviously never really been truly tested, never been deep in the rounds at a hard pace. Is that the plan from you? Do you have to, you know, technically you feel, can you match him, or is it a case of just making it hard for him in there and testing him and pushing him all the way?
Technically, I've improved a lot, so I would like to show some of my boxing skills as well. But inevitably, I've just got to stay in his face and show him what 8 rounds is about, basically.
Strange environment. You know, we saw last week. I think because of the setting, because of the environment, fighters still thrived. You know, the adrenaline was still flowing. Are you expecting that as well? You're going to be pumped ahead of Friday night? Not going to be a problem for you getting up for this with behind closed doors?
No way at all. No way at all. To be a part of this, I'm up for it now. I could fight today, I could fight tomorrow, or I'll fight Friday. Doesn't matter. And
on this stage, in front of this audience, this platform, what a win would do for you, you know, in a division, open up so many doors, you know, bigger money fights, bigger championship fights, British title fights, etc. So a victory for you on Friday night would quite literally change your life.
100%, yeah. The win when I get the win on Friday, it's going to be I'm going to be one of Eddie's mates and not Akib.
And Akib, finally from you, you got a game opponent. He's going to come and give it 110%. You're ready to live up to the hype. You know, a lot of pressure on you. Carl Frampton talks about the potential. You know, we said Kane Baker said it's all very well in sparring, but with the gloves, 10-ounce, 8-ounce gloves on, we're going to see. But you're looking to make a statement Friday night.
Yeah, of course. You know, a fight's a fight. Don't matter where it is. A real fighter will fight anywhere. You know, and I look forward to a good performance and a standout performance, really.
Okay, guys, we look forward to this one. Kicking off the broadcast, Akib Fiaz against Kane Baker. We're going to have a head-to-head up here now before we move on to the second fight. Thanks, guys, and thanks to Aki Fiaz and Kane Baker. Look forward to a firecracker to kick us off on Friday night before we head into this firecracker, the Commonwealth Cruiserweight Championship between the champion Chris Billam-Smith and the challenger Nathan Thorley. This is a great fight, originally scheduled for our Cardiff card before the madness ensued. Chris, I'll start with you. Welcome. I feel like I'm a bit small down here, to be honest with you, so I'm going to come back up for you guys. Originally scheduled for, no, not Nathan's backyard, but obviously going into Wales, to Cardiff, ready for a good fight, a tough test in a mad environment on Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously looking forward to the fight. I've been now had Nathan in my sights since it got announced in March. So yeah, looking forward to the fight on Friday. Obviously saw the show on Saturday. Thought it was a great show. And yeah, looking forward to putting on performance on Friday.
I think when you look at the division right now, and you know, you got yourself and Nathan, and we'll see what happens on Friday night. But I was talking to Tony Bellew about it yesterday, where, you know, when he was on the domestic scene, if you like, at cruiserweight, there was really no one. Now you've got obviously Lawrence fighting Glowacki for the World Championship. You've got Riakporhe fighting Dion Juma's a good fight. You've got Tommy McCarthy. You've got yourself. You know, you've got other fighters coming through in the division. Right now, you've got to think this is one of the hottest domestic divisions out there. And I know you talked about your keenness, if you come through Nathan Thorley, to go on and challenge maybe Tommy McCarthy or someone like that for the European title. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, it's been a hot division for a while now. And we're all fighting each other at the moment. You know, I box Riakporhe's boxed Massey, I box Glover. And Nathan's, you know, me and Nathan are fighting as well. So everyone's willing to put it on the line and to prove, you know, who is the best. Obviously, Lawrence at the moment is just a few steps ahead of us. He's going on to world honours, so it's sort of the best of the rest when it comes down to us all, and I believe that's me.
I've watched some of your interviews about this fight. Obviously, give Nathan Thorley a lot of respect as a fighter. Technically, you said he's very, very good. You talked about you feel like he might not be able to mix it at the cruiserweights with the bigger cruiserweights as well, moving up from light heavyweight. Do you expect your power to play a big part in this fight?
Yeah, I do. I think it's not just the power, but it's the shot selection and stuff like that as well. But look, it's not an easy task. I expect a lot of awkwardness, and I expect Nathan to carry a bit of power himself. Now he's moved up and he's filled into the weight a bit better. But yeah, I do think the longer the fight goes, I think the likelihood of me winning by a stoppage or a knockout will be most likely.
Nathan, welcome. Big opportunity for you as well. We saw you at the press conference in Cardiff. We were going to be down there at a show in Wales. Of course, now we're here in the bubble. You guys are not going to believe what you see on Friday night. It's going to be unbelievable. But a massive opportunity for you and, of course, Gary Lockett as well.
Yeah, massive. And it's one I'm grabbing with both hands. You know, I'm not giving it everything for since January. Been in the gym because obviously we were meant to fight May, meant to fight May, and you know I haven't stopped training, so it's good sparring, good strength and conditioning. I'm fit and ready, and just can't wait for Friday. You know,
your career's been a little bit stop-start as well. That lockdown it's been a big help to a lot of fighters. I mean, I've seen fighters. You know, Terri Harper was saying literally the same thing. You know, this has been a 4-month camp. I've never been in this kind of shape. Do you think you've needed that? You know, this has actually worked in your favour to get yourself in unbelievable condition for this fight.
Well, yeah, it's a bit of a blessing, the virus. You know, not a blessing for others, but it's a blessing for me. I've been furloughed from work, so I've been able to train full time and get in incredible shape. And you know, when I'm just ready and ready to go.
Obviously, have moved previously from light heavyweight division up to cruiserweight. Again, talking to Tony Bellew, he said how much he struggled at light heavyweight and felt so much stronger at cruiserweight, so much more robust and durable. Do you feel that as well? I mean, you're going to come under big firepower from Chris Billam-Smith, but you feel up at cruiserweight you're going to be ready to try and overcome that?
Oh, massively. You know, I know Chris is big, I know he's strong, but, you know, I'm big and strong myself. So, you know, we're both two big, strong fellas, and I think it's going to be a good fight.
Chance of the career so far for yourself on Friday. We talked about those other big fights as well. A victory for you would probably see you go and fight Tommy McCarthy for the European title as well. Just a golden opportunity for the career of Nathan Thorley on Friday night.
Yeah, it would be fantastic, but you know I got a job to do first Friday, and Chris, you know I'm not looking past Chris. Chris for me is my world title at the moment. You know that's how I'm looking at it. That's how I look at every fight, and I take one fight at a time. And yeah, just roll on Friday.
And Chris, finally, looking to make a statement on Friday. We know this is going to be a very tough fight for you against Nathan Thorley, but as we saw last week at Fight Camp, what a stage, what an opportunity for fighters, not just to go and win, but to go and make a real statement around the world.
Yeah, and I think the experience I've gained since the Craig Glover fight, obviously confidence coming off the back of it, sparring two of the best cruiserweights in the world in Lawrence Coley and Meris Breedis. I think I've just improved tenfold since that fight, and I think that'll show on Friday night.
Well, we look forward to this one. It's going to be a cracker. The Commonwealth Cruiserweight Championship. Chris Billam-Smith against the undefeated Nathan Thorley coming at you. Fight 2 of Fight Camp Week 2 on Friday. We're going to have a head-to-head, guys. If you step up here now, please. Thanks, Chris. Yes, we move on to Fight 3, and I think this is a classic example of what Fight Camp is throwing up for us, because I believe Dave Colwell at the back there would never have made this fight normally in the development of a young man's career. Hopey Price, 19 years of age, 2-0, looks absolutely spectacular at the moment, but all of a sudden goes in with a big, strong, I don't know whether to call you a welterweight, light welterweight. You've boxed everywhere, to be honest with you. Johnny Phillips, who's got knockouts on his record at 140 pounds against Nathaniel Wilson, who gave Stephen Smith a real solid 6 rounds at the Echo Arena last November as well. Again, this is a tough, tough fight, Hopey. We know you're up for it. It took Dave Colwell a little bit of convincing. You know, these trainer managers always like to protect these young stars coming through. But for you, ready to do the business and looking forward to what will be a tough fight on Friday.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to it. Like you say, there's a lot of similarities on this show to the Saudi Arabia, even though there's no crowd. When I watched it last week and I watched Jordan walk out to the ring, it was just unbelievable to look at how it was set up. And yeah, Dave obviously phoned me and said having a bit of trouble getting an opponent, and obviously he mentioned Johnny Phillips, but I'm one of these. I prefer to fight the better level opposition. I have to raise my game up and box better, and I think that's when you see the best of me.
For sure, you look at your fight so far, only 2 of them, but both guys really come looking to survive. Having watched Johnny, that won't be the case. He'll be in your face and he'll be trying to knock you out.
Definitely, but that's what I look forward to most. I think I may have only had 2 fights, but I was kind of sick of them people just looking to survive, and that it's hard to show all your skills and what you're capable of when you've got someone like that. So I think it's going to make for a better fight, and I'm going to put on a good performance come Friday night.
Johnny, you look at Opie, he looks a bit like, reminds me a little bit of Luke Campbell. You know, if you saw him in a pub, you probably definitely fancy your chances. If you saw him at the bar, you wouldn't think he was even old enough to be in there, would you? But a massive opportunity for you. You know, you've had some tough fights, you've been on the road, but you always come to fight, and you'll be looking to do that on Friday.
Yeah, no, I always take anything that comes up. I snap it up like that, no matter what. Within 5 minutes, I say yes to anything, because I'm in this game for opportunities like this. I don't see the point in like Hopey said, going around boxing people there to survive. I just like to fight the best on the biggest platforms. There's nothing bigger than this at the moment. So it's just a great opportunity. Yeah, I think I took the fight in about 30 seconds. So yeah, I mean, I'm game as ever. I mean, yeah, I've had 9 pro fights and boxed in 5 different weight classes, and I don't think many professional boxers have done that. So yeah, like I said, I'm game as anything, and I'm coming to win, and I'm coming to knock him out.
But obviously, great power as well. You got that knockout win at 140 pounds against Nathaniel Wilson. We saw against Stephen Smith. You can punch as well. Looking to chin check Hopey Price. Does look very classy, very awkward, very tall. But
yeah,
you got to get on the inside. There's no secrets to the tactics on this fight.
We had, I was in the gym the whole way through anyway, and obviously then we had a week's notice just to get a bit of a game plan going on. So we've got something in the bank. We're going to try and pull out, and we'll just see how it turns out on fight night. But we're all buzzing for it. We're just buzzing to be here, and obviously, like Obi said, watching it last week, like such a great venue and like just the whole opportunity. So yeah, I'm buzzing.
And what would a win do for you as well? I mean,
it put me back in the mix. I said in my interview earlier, I'd love to have the Lonsdale belt around my waist, and getting this win and put me back in the mix. So yeah, that's we'll get through this fight first. But yeah, that's the main.
And Hopey, finally from you, obviously a big opportunity for you, looking to stay composed. I know that Dave Colwell did a great job keeping Jordan Gill composed round by round. Important to stay calm as you as well. You've got a very hungry challenger across from you as well, but obviously listening to Dave to make sure you get your own game plan right and get the win by any means necessary.
Yeah, it's all about really just going out there and doing on fight night what we've been working on in the gym for like the full of camp, and it's basically just like, for me, all the pressure's off Friday night. I can relax and go do what I've been trying to do for weeks and weeks and weeks. So yeah, I think obviously Dave will keep me calm, and I'm sort of a calm sort of person anyway, so I know what I've got to do, and it's just about going out there Friday night and doing the job.
Well, this is what I love about Fight Camp. As I said, the 19-year-old golden boy, blue-eyed, handsome beast, really. We know Ivan Drago, the nickname, the beast that is Hopey Price. Doesn't look like it, but this is a fine young fighter against the guy that's looking to spin the whole thing on his head on Friday night and get a knockout victory and try and move himself forward for a shot at the Lord Lonsdale belt. Do not miss number 3 on Fight Camp Week 2. Hopey Price against Johnny Phillips. Going to be an absolute belter. Guys, if you come up here for a head-to-head, please. Well, I guess you could call it chief support. So many great fights on Friday night, but this one, very important 154-pound clash between Anthony Fowler and Adam Harper. The gentleman on my left pestered me for about 3 months to get him in with Fowler, Eggington, Cheeseman, Fitzgerald. He didn't care. He finally got his chance, and since then I've not heard from him. So it definitely wasn't out of love that he was contacting me, but he got his big shot against this man, Anthony Fowler, who had, by all accounts, a gimme last time and a run out in Manchester. You owe me for that one. And has just witnessed probably the fight of the year so far in Sam Eggington against Ted Cheeseman. Anthony, looking forward to Fight Camp on Friday night and a tough fight against Adam Harper.
Yeah, I'm really excited, mate. I think Harper's style will play into my hands lovely. He is a game kid, but I don't work against me because I'm going to walk him onto some hard, hurtful shots early on and hopefully show me skills I'm learning under my new coach and my new style and counter punching, being smart, picking me shots, and I'm looking forward to it, yeah.
We know that a lot of people are looking forward to maybe your next fight. Adam's going to try and change that, but how important is it to focus on this fight? You can't help but watch that fight last Saturday and think, I want to be right in there.
Yeah, I literally watched it and went for a run after it. I'm not sure if you seen my story on Instagram, but I watched it and I was that pumped. I went for a run and I thought, you know what, that Cheeseman fight would be great at the end of the year, but obviously Adam's here to gate crash the party in his own words. So I've got to make sure that I do a job on him and by all means come back with the win.
You didn't have many rounds or much of a chance to show off the new things you've worked on with Shane McGuigan in Manchester earlier this year, but you feel this is the fight where you'll really show all the improvements you've made under Shane McGuigan.
Yeah, I think he's the perfect opponent. He's never been stopped. He's durable. He's gritty and determined, and he'll come to fight. So I think he's the perfect style. If I pick someone, I'd say he's the perfect opponent to make me look good.
Well, apparently, Adam, you're going to make Fowler look good on Friday night. Is that the case? I mean, you've pestered me for this fight, this opportunity. You've been in some great fights. You went to Australia. You had a great fight with Michael Zarafa, who went on to beat Jeff Hearn, and had a great fight with Kell Brook. Are you ready to go on Friday night?
I think I'm ready, Eddie. First of all, apologies to you, and thanks for not, like I said earlier, getting an injunction against me because I hounded you. I think it was 36 unread messages. I think I counted at one point, and you finally answered. It's nothing personal. It's no disrespect to Mr. Fowler. I asked for any of the big names of you. I wanted any of the big names. I want to gate crash a party, like Anton has just said. I'm a massive underdog here. You look at the betting odds and that. Fowler was a GB kid we all used to look up to in the ABA same year when he boxed Troy Williamson. So we all know about Fowler. We all know how good he is and what he's capable of. So look, there's no real pressure on me. I looked at the betting odds last night. I'm 1-6 to get knocked out. So Fowler really needs to knock me out. Like I keep saying, there's no pressure on me, but I'm coming, I'm game, and I'm fit, and I'm super ready for this. And this is a golden ticket for me to gate crash a party, and hopefully you'll be signing me up after.
Well, if you beat Anthony Fowler, I'll definitely be signing you up after. That's a given. But I saw one of your comments where you said that you don't feel that he, you know, almost like you see what the fuss is about Fowler in terms of what he's achieved in the pro ranks. Do you stand by that? I mean, obviously he had a great fight with Scott Fitzgerald, but do you still see him as a little bit untested in the pro ranks?
I'm not going to say untested. I just said how I tried to word it was I don't really see the difference between me and Anthony in our pro career. We've both had a loss. I think my loss came against a better opponent, and we both won 2 major titles. Albeit Brian Rose, a good former champion, and Scarf, a good champion, English title level, same as me. So we've both had 2 great wins, and we've both had a defeat. So pick it between us both. You know, it's not as how the bookmakers have got it and people in the sport are picking it. I think it's a lot closer than it should be. But look, I've had a layout for a couple of years, and this and that. There's been reasons about that. So, but look, yeah, I stand by what I mean. I'm game, I'm fit, I'm coming to fight, and I'm going to bring the pressure. And like I keep saying, I've got nothing but respect for Anthony and Shane McGuigan. They're a great team, but we're coming to upset the apple cart as per usual.
Obviously, that fight you had, I remember when we had you on the card in Birmingham, unbelievable fight. It was one of the best fights I've had on the undercard. You just went toe-to-toe for 10 rounds. Even when you fought Zarafa, you went toe-to-toe with him. You didn't take a backward step in that fight. Are you looking to do the same against Fowler? Are you wary of that power as well? We know he does carry power in both hands. We know you're very durable. You've got a great chin. But is it just about applying the pressure on Friday night and continuously trying to walk him down and take him all the way?
Well, I don't want to give too much away, and like I keep saying, I respect all the attributes Anthony's got. It's not as if I'm well known for being like Sugar Ray Leonard. I'm not going to come out of dazzling skills out of nowhere. So
don't be too harsh on yourself.
Well, I'm just trying to be honest, Ed. But my point being, look, I'm coming to bring it, and I'm here to do business. And it's no disrespect. This is life changing for me, and so yeah, ultimately we're coming to bring it. Yeah.
And I think, Ant, as well, before we pass, great moments for the British 154-pound scene. Great fight last week. But this is going to be a proper fight. I mean, I've known Adam for a while, and this is an opportunity of an absolute lifetime for him. I know you're expected to win. Hopefully you can get yourself right up for this fight, because it's not as big as a Fitzgerald fight or a Cheeseman fight, but you're up against someone who's going to be absolutely 110% game as you like come Friday.
Yeah, he will be. And like I said, I respect that he's creating his time, and his best wins against Billy Baird and Ryan Toms were, he dug in deep when he had to. Sorry, mate, wrong name, sorry. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, but they weren't punches like me, do you know what I mean? It's all good coming forward and playing pressure when you just get in touch with the shots when I'm stinging him and hurting him and making him miss and really hurting his body and head. We see how much heart he's really got, and I hope I've got a lot of heart, because I want to put a show on for the fans. I want a real fight. I want rounds, and you all know me, mate. I'm fighting to the last breath, so let's have it.
Well, I promise you, Adam Harper's got loads of heart, and I promise you can definitely bang as well. So this is going to be a great fight. Friday night, fight number 4 of week 2 of Fight Camp. Guys, quick head-to-head up here, please. Cheers, Chris. And of course, I feel like although we have a huge World Championship fight here as the main event on Friday night, it's only right to bring up the trainers, not just because they've had a little bit of banter in the build-up, but also because it's a World Championship fight and one of the first, I think probably the first credible World Championship fight that's come back since lockdown. Delighted to make history in the All-British Women's World Championship fight between Terri Harper and Natasha Jonas for the WBC and the IBO World Champion. Joe, I'll start with you from the Challengers team. Must be said that a lot of people have struggled with their lockdown haircut. You've actually improved yours. I'd like to say that's a fantastic trim you've got there. And one thing, I've never seen you as intense in a fight, I don't think, since probably Frampton against Quigg. You've really got the bit between your teeth for this fight. You're obviously very fond of Natasha Jonas, and you really believe she's going to do the business on Friday night.
Yeah, thanks, Ed. No, I feel... you mentioned then Carl Quigg, I'd most say Johnson Buglione, Callum Smith, George Groves, point to prove, and the gym's usually motivated, and Natasha is, and it's just good to sit back and watch what everyone's saying and store everything, and everyone ready to go mad social media on Saturday. But Natasha's had a great training camp. We're looking forward to coming down now, and first of all, before I carry on, what a great setup. I know it's late coming down. I apologise. Yeah, no problem. Tasha will explain that. We've got to stick for it, but people need to get the facts before they start talking. But a great setup. Really enjoying it. And it's a credit to you, your company, Matchroom, Sky, for the setup they've got here. Friday night, if there's any air defenders going, I'm going to have trouble with Stefy Friday night. The amount of times he's got to say beautiful Friday night has got to kill me. Beautiful. He'll be saying beautiful at the fireworks, beautiful at the ring, beautiful at the flowers in Matchroom Garden. Just everything's beautiful, isn't it?
Both of you.
You're beautiful, you're beautiful.
Both of you are actually guilty of, oh, you love and you love beautiful, exactly. So it is quite strange because you've also got Adam Smith commentating as well. But on the fight, Joe, I know you talk about mind games and stuff like that, but it seems like you're not quite convinced that Terri Harper might be the real deal yet? You believe that people are overlooking Natasha Jonas in this fight?
Yeah, I think for people that are out there that are pundits and people that are analysing a fight, they're not really doing the homework. If they sit down and do it, you can see she throws an average between 19 and 23 punches around. A world title fight on average was 19 punches around, and they talk about a great engine. They say she hasn't been worked, so she doesn't get hurt. She got hurt in the first round in her IBO world title fight. She does get chin checked, and she will get chin checked on Friday night. And that's what I'm going to say. It's the same when CJ was getting ready for Buglione. They got carried away about Buglione going fighting for world titles and ripped CJ off because they hadn't fought for 18 months. Natasha Jonas, people are banking on her loss to Obanoff. You know and I know, well, he lost to her and she lost to him, so they beat him. That isn't boxing. That's not how it works. And Natasha Jonas will chin check, and I'm sure Terri will reverse straight backhand, chin check Tasha. But Tasha's going nowhere, and like I say, I've said it to Adam, and I've messaged you as well. I've got to burst Tasha's got to burst everyone's bubble on Friday night.
You believe she's going to win?
100% by knockout.
By knockout?
By knockout. If you go back and study, like Macklin when he came to say, go and study. You watch the amount of times Terri Harper's hurt in a fight, how many times she's shy, she retreats, she has to reset.
How many times she won? She's WBC champion.
You'll have your moment in a moment, Stefy. Stefy, you'll have your moment. Stefy. You'll have your moment in a minute. So I'm just saying, the whole week we've heard about Obanoff, but I'm just saying at the same time, Terri, do you know what I mean? She has been hurt, and she will get hurt in this fight.
Stefy, strong words there. They really believe they can win this fight.
We're on about Obanoff, yeah, but it
I
won't.
don't, you do.
Well, you've just been up here and gone on about it, not me. No, I've not mentioned it. But you keep going on about it. But she got filled in. She got dropped 2 or 3 times. It wasn't a lucky punch. She didn't win a minute at round. Terri didn't lose a minute at fight. They've got 3 common opponents, haven't they? Terri stopped them both a lot faster than Tash did. So she went...
No, it's Stefy,
So
do your
you
homework.
win
If
on
you read
about
Boxing
one
News
fight.
today, common opponents, Tasha has stopped more than what Terri has. Tasha's the banger in the fight.
Remember, I was paying for the first 4 fights, and I couldn't afford to get foreigners in to... I used to tell Terri, just do the rounds, ask her while she's there.
When we talk about power in this fight, Joe's a big believer that Natasha's going to bring power to his fight. Do you see the reverse to that? Do you see Terri Harper winning inside the distance in this fight?
We wouldn't be here if we didn't think we could win. And Joe was saying, like that, top and bottom of all this is provided. It's all down, and what'll happen Friday night will happen. So all this is just talking. It means nothing. Everybody's getting excited, and that's great. I believe in my fighter. He believes in his fighter, and that's just how it is. But top and bottom, it's about them 2 ladies. And I believe that Terry's very special, and she'll show that on Friday night, and it's simple. That's my fault.
She seems to be on a crest of a wave. Everyone's talking about her. Joe's even feels like probably I'm being impartial, and Sky are supporting her, and the governing body. She is the champion, to be fair, and she is coming off a string of great performances. Any complacency there from her, or just ready to do a job?
No,
and are you expecting a real tough fight from Natasha?
Yeah, we're expecting a tough 10-round fight. That's what she wouldn't have been sparring 10 and 12 rounds with Jason Cunningham flat out if we didn't think we were going to do the rounds. Tasha, when it comes down to it, is a very good fighter. You remember, Eddie, you sent us 4 names. We chose Tasha. Terri wanted the best fights. We accepted this fight, didn't we, 2 years ago when Terri had only had 5 fights? Why didn't it happen then? We were confident of beating her 2 years ago, and we're confident now. But like I say, this is just talk. What'll happen Friday will happen, and it's as simple as that.
Joe, this is her moment, Natasha Jonas. This could be the last moment. I mean, Terri Harper, 23 years of age, Natasha Jonas in her 30s, but by the way, looks in great shape. But this is it for her. I know how fond you are of the WBC world title, and all fighters are. This is her golden moment.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I've tried to explain to everyone in the build-up. I know, obviously, women's boxing, it's great that this is the first to create in history, but this is Natasha Jonas's Usain Bolt 100-metre Olympic final. This is her World Cup final. Regardless that it's a women's world title fight, it's huge. It is here for... And people talking about the age that you touched on. Jane Couch's finest performance was when she won a world title at age 37 against a very hungry favourite fighter at age 26. Age is just a number, and people should have come up to the gym and seen iron sharpens iron. She's had a great sparring with Chantel Cameron. The sparring partners all putting money on her to win the fight, and... Like
they're not fighting.
No, but they've been in with
sparring with big head guards and big gloves. We're getting it ring with 8-ounce gloves.
Okay, so I'll let you speak, Steph. So, like you say, so
that's how it is.
No, I know it's Steph, but listen, you're usually confident. Terry's usually confident, and you should be. You're fighting a 36-year-old over the hill who got knocked out by Vivian Obanoff.
You said that, not me.
No, that's what you've all been saying all week. So you have to back it up Friday night.
We will.
And the pressure is on you. Great, there you go. The pressure's all on you to do it.
Go ahead. Pressure
Good
on
luck,
you, Terry.
Good luck. Good luck with it.
Thank you.
Right, well, listen, finally, before we go, I can't wait for this. I'm so buzzing for this fight. Final predictions from the team. Joe Gallagher, I think you say it. Final predictions?
It'll be either knockout earlier in rounds 9 or 10.
Get
Soon as
your
you
money on
change
it.
extra.
It's good odds, everyone. Get your money on
Stefy,
it.
you want to make a call as well?
Terri Harper win. That's why we're here.
Cannot wait. It's, of course, Terri Harper against Natasha Jonas, but also Stefy Ball against Joe Gallagher. Yes, it is. I love it. Be quiet. Guys, can we have a quick head-to-head? I'm joking, don't worry. We'll have a fist pump, please, between the two of you. Little fist pump we'll do instead of a handshake. Well done. Cheers. Thanks, Chris. Darren. The final press conference ahead of Friday night. Terri Harper just got up here and said, I don't even know if we're needed now, are we, after that? It was very enjoyable. Both fighters with tremendous belief in their fighters ahead of a historic moment, the first ever all-British Women's World Championship fight for the WBC and the IBO World Super Featherweight Championships. It's an honour to stage this fight between two great athletes, two great fighters, two great individuals as well. I'll start with the challenger, Natasha Jonas. Natasha, welcome. Joe sort of said that it was definitely his fault. You were a bit late yesterday, and I know that you wouldn't be looking to have any disruptions, but you look in tremendous shape. And I feel like you might be one of those people that's also blessed by this lockdown experience that's given you great time to have a great camp ahead of a huge challenge on Friday.
Yeah, definitely. I had an extra 3 weeks to prepare coming back. It was seven weeks the first time. We've had 10 great weeks this time. And just mentally to break away from boxing. And I got time to be a little kid again with my little girl, be a teacher, and just enjoy life. And then when I came back, I hadn't punched anything for two months. And I said to Joe, as soon as I walked in the gym, I'm never going to complain about being here again. And I didn't, so the whole camp.
I've never really seen Joe so fired up and speak with so much passion, but that passion only really comes with belief. You know, he really believes you're going to do this on Friday night. I know that your teammates in the gym, whether it's Crawler or Beefy or Callum, they really believe you've had the camp to win this fight on Friday. How confident are you, despite being the underdog that you are in this fight? Do you feel like the underdog in this fight?
Yeah, I definitely do, judging by the bookies and a little bit of social media. But I think anyone that knows about boxing knows that you just can't write a person off just from one performance. And, you know I've done everything that I can possibly do in this camp and more, given 100% in every training session. And I believe I can do it.
Joe's referenced your power in the build-up to this fight, thinks that you're punching very, very hard as well. Do you feel like you're going into this fight with a little bit of different intentions that you might have done earlier in your career? Obviously, we know it's a world championship fight, but looking to also be spiteful with the punches as well. He says that you're really sitting down on your shots and punching very hard. Yeah, definitely. I think a power is something I know I've always had. You know, I've got a good knockout percentage on my record, so I know that I carry power. It was changing the shots up and making all my shots just as powerful. That was the issue, and we've corrected that. And great sparring as well, apparently, with Chantel Cameron. Joe said absolute wars in the gym. Been great preparation for you leading into this moment. Yeah, there was Chantel Cameron, Louise Orton, Kirsty Bevington, Sarah Dunn, you know, all amateur champions, you know, professionals. Chantel's a, you know, up-and-coming challenger, world title challenger in herself. And, yeah, I've done everything that I believe Terri can bring. We've covered, so... Well, Terri, saw you standing there. You know, it's a bit of a strange one, really. It's quite unusual for a fighter to be that close to someone telling you that you're going to get knocked out on Friday night. So you're over that. You look in tremendous shape as well. You've been embracing everything yesterday. Ready to go on Friday, feeling the pressure like you're expected to win. It feels like the pressure is on you. I know you mentioned in interviews you don't feel it is, but you know, certainly people are expecting you to win if the bookies have anything to say on Friday night.
Yeah. A lot have been saying pressures on me, but if I'm honest, I'm just enjoying this journey. I popped up out of nowhere, and here I am on the biggest stage. So for me, I don't feel no pressure compared to what I felt going in against Eva. You yourselves, Matchroom, Sky took a big gamble, and I stepped up to the occasion. It's quite unusual to hear a trainer or people analysing the fight talking about how confident they are in the knockout, in a victory for the opponent. You know, normally you say, yeah, we're looking to get the win, but Joe Gallagher, a lot of noise. You know, have you taken any notice of that as well? Have you seen Stefy's mood change? You know, he's getting a little bit heated up there, but you're remaining cool and calm ahead of Friday. Yeah, and I've been told a few times about Joe's mind games, so for me, I just switch off and don't let none of it bother me, really. I just do what I do, listen to what Andrew's got to say, and yeah.
Obviously, Terry, inexperienced in the pro ranks, but already, you know, a world champion. Is your experience something you're looking to really fall back on in this fight? You have got bundles and bundles of amateur experience, and you know, as a pro, one defeat to Obernorth, which has been documented, but you're through that with some big wins. But is your ring craft and ring time something that you're going to try and rely on in this fight?
I believe I've turned the clock back to be pre-Olympics, and like I say, mentally, physically, emotionally, I'm the best athlete that I'm going to be, and I'm going to get in that ring on Friday and prove that.
I said to Joe as well, it kind of feels like, and I know he probably never likes to put this pressure on a fighter, but almost like last chance saloon for you to go on and win a world title. I mean, I know we don't know what the future holds, but in terms of your shape now and your mindset of giving absolutely on Friday, everything on Friday night, in your mantra and your way of thinking, is this it? Is this absolutely all or nothing on Friday night, whatever it takes to become WBC world champion?
Yeah, I think the WBC is one of the most prestigious belts in boxing, and if it didn't give it me all, then I shouldn't be here. It's a big opportunity, and all my life, all I've ever done is taken opportunities, and they've worked out for me. So.
And finally, Terry, people talk about unifications. You've got Michaela Meyer talking away in America as well. This is, I believe, the toughest fight of your career so far against someone who is bang up for this opportunity to change her life. All British World Championship fight, Doncaster or Denby against Liverpool. Big moment for you. You've got to be on your game, you've got to be switched on, and you've got to be firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, we're not daft. Like I said, we're prepared for the best Tasha, and she says she feels like she's gone back time at the amateur Tash. So we've prepared for that, and I forgot a question, mine's gone.
What I will do is I'll just say to both of you before we go to the head-to-head, we did ask for predictions from your trainers as well. We'll ask them, you may just go for the win, but do you share Joe's confidence? Do you believe you're going to stop Terri Harper on Friday night?
I believe that if I land cleanly, that she'll go, yeah.
Terry, you see any means necessary, or will you be trying to force the stoppage on Friday night?
Yeah, I'm going to go for the stoppage. Obviously, Tasha's not done 10 rounds. She's not proven that she can go the distance, and I believe if I land a good clean shot on Tash, lights out.
Well, we can't wait. We've ordered extra fireworks, extra pyrotechnics for this history-making moment, the first ever All-British Women's World Championship fight, headlining Fight Camp Week 2. Do not miss it. Live and exclusive on Sky Sports in the UK and The Zone across America. Guys, can we just come up here for one final head-to-head, please?